Hello everyone. In this video, I'll be translating and summarizing the latest Urdu broadcast by Shahbaz Gill to make it accessible for our English-speaking audience. Let's go through the key developments and insights in Shahbaz Gill's words. In today's important news, the first significant update is about the meeting between President Trump and the Field Marshal. The inner story and details of that meeting, which were earlier confidential, have now started to surface through Bloomberg and other sources. We'll share some of that with you. Additionally, we've received some insider information and we'll share that too. In the last vlog, we had provided some analysis which, thank God, has been proving correct, and the reactions from Pakistan have started to align with our predictions. The groups within the Noon League and the Field Marshal's own media team, who were initially supportive, have now begun to criticize this whole process. Alongside this, there's a question. Will Shahbaz Sharif and Maryam Nawaz go to the airport with flowers when the Field Marshal arrives, or not? What is this situation about, and how are the media, Noon League, People's Party and other media outlets reacting to this? We'll discuss all these points, along with other news. But first, let me update you on the meeting between President Trump and the Field Marshal. This meeting is now being covered by American newspapers and international media outlets, and they too have started revealing details. Bloomberg was the first to clearly state that, as we told you yesterday, the discussion was solely about Iran. They have confirmed that the meeting between President Trump and the Pakistani army chief was about supporting Israel and airstrikes on Iran. The conversation revolved entirely around the Iran-Israel conflict. As we had pointed out earlier, Bloomberg is reporting this independently now. Furthermore, as you know, President Trump does not shy away from taking credit for anything. Just like how we mentioned earlier about the chicken seller incident, President Trump always makes it clear what he has done or hasn't done. He wants to take credit for everything, and he doesn't leave any opportunity to announce his role. After this meeting, he revealed that the discussion was entirely about Iran. Yes, he praised the ongoing India-Pakistan conflict and acknowledged the efforts of General Sahib and Moeed for stopping the war, citing that it was his intervention that led to the de-escalation. But when he discussed the actual details of the meeting, it was clear that the entire focus was on Iran and the situation with Israel. Let me now share President Trump's own words with you so that nothing is added or taken away from the original context. First, listen to his words. They know Iran very well. They are not happy with anything. This is a very important statement. The meaning of this sentence is that Pakistan, or the Field Marshal, is unhappy with what's happening with Iran. When you read the next sentence, it becomes clearer. It's not that they are bad with Israel, it's just that they know Iran better. They see what's going on, and he agreed with me. Now, it's clear from this that Pakistan, Field Marshal Sahib, isn't happy with the situation, but the concern isn't that they are bad with Israel, as Trump points out. The situation is that Pakistan and the Field Marshal are more focused on how to handle the Iran issue. President Trump further elaborated, saying that they know exactly where Ayatollah Khamenei is hiding and that they could attack him, but they won't. He insisted that Iran must unconditionally surrender and undergo regime change. This is President Trump's stance on the matter. He advocates for unconditional surrender and a complete departure from the nuclear program. He is clear that if the regime doesn't change, Ayatollah Khamenei's survival will be in danger. This position is entirely based on America's national interests. The Field Marshal has reportedly agreed with President Trump's views, which confirms that the meeting was entirely about Iran. We had speculated this before, and now it is officially confirmed. There's no surprise in this development. However, after the meeting, some significant points have emerged. When Field Marshal Asim Munir reached the White House, he was treated as a bureaucrat. His car was parked far from the building and he had to walk from the back door to the White House, unlike what would have happened if he were a head of state. If he had been recognized as head of state, his car would have been allowed to enter the premises, and he would have been received formally. This incident was a setback for him, and he might now feel the frustration of not being treated as a head of state. He may regret not having been formally recognized, especially given the political significance of his visit. This could lead to discussions about the future of officials like Ardali, the military secretary, or even some internal changes. Additionally, it is being reported that Mohsin Naqvi, the ISI chief, was not included in the meeting. He was kept outside during the discussions, and only after the meeting concluded did he go inside to exchange pleasantries with President Trump. If any pictures emerge of him with Trump, it will likely be after the official talks had ended. But the fact that he was not part of the meeting suggests a lack of trust or inclusion in the official narrative. Finally, let's turn to the serious topic we discussed earlier about General Sahib's commitment. The delivery of this commitment is now crucial. As I said before, the General's decision will affect the course of Pakistan's military and foreign policy. There's a lot at stake now, and Pakistan's role in intelligence sharing and regional military dynamics could be pivotal. As for the media, they have so far not taken a definitive stance. Some may have raised concerns, but overall, the response is yet to fully emerge. You will be surprised that we analysed this just yesterday, and today it has proven to be accurate. Talat Hussain did a very critical analysis of this meeting. He did not approve of it. He raised questions about the transparency of the meeting and criticised it. While not using explicit words, he subtly declared that this meeting goes against Pakistan's national interests. Munir Farooq, you too might be surprised. Although you're generally pro-establishment, you're also starting to voice doubts. I had pointed this out to you just yesterday. He too made similar remarks. Habib Akram, as you know, is a credible journalist who maintains a balanced stance. He also gave the same analysis. This meeting may not be in Pakistan's best interests. But his main point was that the PMLN, Pakistan Muslim League N, has become irrelevant in this equation and has been sidelined. We told you this just yesterday. Zahid Hussain, a very respected senior journalist, former editor and an elder, also expressed concern. Where are we headed as a country? He stated this could harm national interests and emphasized that transparency is essential. Dr. Maleha Lodi, Pakistan's former ambassador and a respected voice, also commented similarly. Iran has surprised everyone. The United States has an urgent need for Pakistan, and transparency is required in such matters. Journalist Nusrat Javed also did not provide a favorable analysis. Muhammad Malik raised important questions regarding this meeting, as well as about Shahbaz Sharif and other related matters. Fahad Hussain, though considered a journalist aligned with the establishment, also raised questions. Some commentators have spiritual or personal affiliations with Iran, but even those without such connections criticized this meeting. This is just a matter of a few hours. Let a day or three pass, let people breathe a little, and you will see much harsher criticism emerging. The Prime Minister's office is completely silent. Field Marshal Sahib addressed Pakistanis and made a highly inappropriate comment saying, "Even if a dog is ruling Pakistan, if he's doing a good job, we must support him." Apologies for the wording, but this was reported by journalists present in the United States, and we can show you the video too. Journalist Shahid Aslam tweeted about this as well. The implication is that he is currently supporting Shahbaz Sharif. While I wouldn't call Shahbaz Sharif a dog, the choice of words was problematic. Still, Ardali Sahib, a euphemism here for a senior military officer, praised the meeting with Pakistani Americans. However, the entire PMLN is silent, almost in shock. Reliable sources in Islamabad told me that PMLN members are stunned. They don't know how to handle things moving forward. They feel discarded, as if they've been dismissed. Mariam Nawaz and Shahbaz Sharif are completely silent. They haven't even congratulated Field Marshal Sahib. If you argue there's no need to congratulate, look at how Bilawal Bhutto Zardari not only congratulated him, but also highlighted the significance of the event and even pitched his own credentials. But Mariam and Nawaz Sharif are totally silent. Only Ardali Sahib is speaking. Mariam Nawaz won't speak. Nawaz Sharif won't offer congratulations. They are worried. Khawaja Asif's tweets were not really his own. According to our sources, those tweets originated from ISPR, Military Public Relations. The tweets were shared with TV channels even before Khawaja Asif posted them. Therefore, those messages cannot be considered the official stance of PMLN, but rather that of ISPR. The usually pro-PMLN journalists are still silent. Only a few are trying to justify or endorse the meeting, mostly those very close to DG ISPR. But even among those gifted to the establishment as dowry by the PMLN, like Talat Hussein and others, questions are now being asked, and the questions will only become more intense in the coming days. I've shared a message with my entire leadership today. Many close allies told me, "Gill Sahib, this is a huge loss. The meeting happened. Asim Munir has gained endorsement." You might be feeling now that everything's lost. November 26 passed, the courts were captured, elections rigged. But my job as an analyst is to stay ahead and present scenarios clearly. So I say this with full responsibility. Things are not as favourable for Field Marshal Sahib as they seem. He's already taken the kite as high as it can go. Now it either has to be brought down or it'll get cut. It takes months or even years, just like in 2019 when the process to bring down our government began, but it actually fell in 2022. Today marks the beginning of Field Marshal Sahib's decline. This is not just my view. I've spoken with diplomats with 40 years of Foreign Office experience, senior journalists, bureaucrats and even retired generals. They all agree on institutional resistance and historical context. There will be institutional resentment, not vocal rebellion, but covert pushback. For example, in 2015, Pakistan Army tried to directly control CPEC authority, but PMLN resisted. Conflict began there. More recently, Asim Munir created SIFC, but even Ardali Sahib, usually subservient, joined hands with the bureaucracy to sabotage it. Today's State Bank statement shows that SIFC brought no investment, and FDI is at one of the lowest levels in 70 years. So while institutions may appear to be submissive, they sabotage from within. Even Nawaz Sharif did this in the past. Now Ardali Sahib, though seemingly powerless, has done it again. Now comes the Iran issue. It's very serious. The promises made by General Sahib there will not be fulfilled, and the Americans, especially Trump, don't forgive broken promises. General Sahib has become a de facto head of state, but he now needs internal support. According to reliable sources, senior military officers advise PMLN to receive Field Marshal Sahib with flowers at the airport. Let's see if Shahbaz Sharif and Maryam Nawaz go. If they do, they'll dig their own grave. If they don't, same outcome. Things will not continue as they were. We're in the final overs now, only a few balls left. Any moment now, a wicket may fall. Chances of success are below 5%. The general has lost support from many allies. Finally, this is a big test for PTI leadership. I've written to my leadership urging them to put the nation's interest first. Imran Khan will never compromise on national interest. PTI will be approached, because the general's upcoming decisions will be extremely unpopular, and the current setup lacks both political strength and public support to handle the backlash. Some enthusiastic PTI members may want to jump into a deal. My advice, let Imran Khan decide. Yes, it may take months, but ultimately, the commitments made by the general are difficult, unprecedented, even more serious than what Musharraf committed to. That era was different. Musharraf had support from multiple parties. Today, the elite intelligentsia, especially in connection with Iran, will respond harshly. This situation is entirely different, and not as simple as it seems. Asim Munir has gained advantage, but now he will have to pay a price. That wraps up our translation of Shahbaz Gill's video. I hope this English version helped you understand his message better. Please like, share and subscribe to Awami Lens to help our community grow. Do not forget to leave a comment below and let me know what you thought of this effort.